Okay, so like we talked about in the first video today, you had to be able to read a Venn diagram, and you also need to be able to create a Venn diagram. So that first video was us practicing how to read a Venn diagram. Now we're gonna go ahead and create a Venn diagram. So what we have here is our situation. So our situation is that there's 50 students who were interviewed, 20 of them were in band, 25 were in choir, and then 10 were in both. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create our Venn diagram. So we have a sample space. And I know my sample space is gonna represent a total of 50 students. I like to write my sample space up there. You can write it pretty much anywhere as long as you know that's how big your sample space is. And then my two events are gonna be band. So we'll make one circle for band. And my second event is going to be choir. So that one's going to be C. Okay, so we're going to kind of hold off on the 20 and the 25 for now, because there's kind of a trick to it. But I do know that 10 is going to be in both. And 10, since it's in both, only has one place where it can be, and that has to be right here in the middle. All right, so we're gonna switch to pencil for a second because our intuition would be to write 20 here for band and then another 25 here for choir, right? But if I were to add all these up, if I added 25 plus 20 plus 10, if I added all that up, it would be, what, 55? Yeah. Which is wrong, because I didn't interview 55. I only interviewed 50. So there's some overlap going on here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this 20, and we're gonna take this 25, and we're gonna kind of write it here on the outside. Because what that 20 actually represents is there's a total of 20 people here in this pink circle. So if this entire circle represents 20, and 10 of them are here, that means that I only have 20 minus 10, or yeah, 20 minus 10 left. So just in this pink space is gonna represent 10. Same thing for my choir. This entire blue circle, this entire blue circle represents a total of 25 kids. Of those 25 kids, 10 are already in band and choir. So I only have 15 who are only in choir and not in band. All right. So again, this is the part that kind of tricks people up. So the way I like to do it is by writing that number on the outside first, and then I'm going to subtract whatever's in the middle. So I have that number on the outside, which in this case is 25. And again, I'm going to subtract that 10 to get the total number, or the number who were just in choir. All right. The only space we have left to fill out is kind of like this outside, not necessarily like no man's space. This space is the complement of B and the complement of C. So that means that they're not in band and they're not in choir, all right? So I have 10. Let me write it in pen. So 10 who are in only band. I have 10 who are in both B and C. And then I have another 15 who are in only C. So now when I add those up, 10 plus 10 is 20, 20 plus 15 is 35. So then I know I have 35 who are in band or choir. So that would be the union of B and C, or B or C. So if I have 35 who are in B or C, and I know I interviewed 50 total, I'm going to take those and subtract them. So 50 minus 35 would be 15, which means I have 15 kids here who weren't in band, who weren't in choir, and they definitely weren't in both. So then when I go to actually add all those up, 15 plus 15 is 30, 30 plus 10 is 40, 40 plus 10 is 50. So we're happy because we reached that 50 total. So on today's Google form, you're gonna do this on your own piece of paper. You're gonna take a picture, you're going to upload it on that Google form so that we can see exactly what you're doing. It'd be great if you were able to color code it. If you don't have colors, that's fine. Pen and paper would be golden. If you have any questions with that, be sure to email your teacher. But other than that, looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with.